All right, so this is a trade recap for June 10th. Today we did get stopped out break even. Let me just pull up here. Trade Sinker, all these accounts were break even. These accounts were falling behind because of the CPI and like the Trade Sinker had an issue, whatever, because of volatility. But this is what I saw today. Let me actually replay it. So we go bar for bar. So let's just go here. So price overall overnight, we did start a downtrend um, during open of Asia slash open market at 6 p.m. and we ended up coming down, finding a low of support, come back up. We broke it coming into New York session, starting of London session, we broke that support. And we ended up consolidating for London. Pre New York, we come down, we break a low. We have these highs and coming down before CPI, we do have a new low in the market. So coming into today, I even put in my notebook, price has been completely dumping since last night during Asia Open. Price has not pulled back besides a little bit of during London session, but price is very low on this breakout on the higher time frame. So the plan for today is to see what CPI does and to continue to be patient on the charts, not rush the setup, and see what price is already so low that it could be hard to get sells in, but buys may be off the table unless I get an A plus setup towards buys, which would be highly unlikely. So these are the setups I had. I did have this was my literally one-to-one scenario. I had price coming down before NF CPI and coming back up, retesting and continuing back down. And for buys, I had price breaking out this liquidity level, having a retest and continuing back up to the upside. And gold did give the first scenario. We had the sells and then we had the buys up after CPI, which did continue down. We hit my one-to-one risk reward ratio. I was thinking about taking profit at this low, but I didn't because I had faith it would continue back down, even though we were so low. Got stopped out break even. This is a liquidity level that price did break, but on the 15 minute, if we look, there's liquidity here, all these wicks, and price ends up breaking the level. So we see we wait, we go in lower time frame. This would have been the proper setup for today. This was the A plus setup. And with this, we'll see. Price ends up breaking these lows. You have a high in the market. Entry would have been valid there, or you could get on off the break of this low. So let's say you need a candle closure under that low. Price is consolidating. Candle closure. So your let's say your entry is here. TP, this low right here. Um, this low is a 4 hour low on the higher time frame. So right here, that's a 4 hour time frame low. We could even go lower. Let's see. So go here, back to the 5 minute. Let's just scale down. So we have a new low, we have a higher low. Price ends up here. Safe stop loss would be here, but I'm gonna go with a stop loss here since that is my normal risk. Let me put the text in white. So to 1 to 3, we do hit a little bit of drawdown. Price consolidates, and we end up dumping in the market slowly though. End up hitting original take profit that we were aiming for the first trade, and we continue down for the rest of the day as price hits take profit right there, or we can continue down lower where price hits full TP of that 4 hour low. So it would have been a 1 to 3.76 today if we took the A plus setup. I didn't enter. I ended up blocking out my account to trade evade. I didn't want to start bad habits out of getting break even. But this was 100% a valid trade that I missed out on, but it's all good. It's just awesome to see my bias working out and the trade. We had sells under this zone back to these lows. Beautiful trade, and it ended up hitting take profit. And right now, let's see where it's at. We ended up going a little bit lower, but now probably going to consolidate, and this is the low of the day. So, yeah, that's all I had. Let me see my trades, Zilla. Trade recap. I was patient today. dashboard for the week of the trading. Um, Overall, 60% win rate. Um, 42 day. That's 60% for the day. And this is the this is how we're looking for the month. So right now we're up, not even probably like 0.4 R, 0.5 R on these accounts. So we'll see what the rest of the week has to offer. But so far it has been good. This day I didn't follow my rules on Monday. I don't know if I made a video on that. Didn't follow my rules. I took two losses. One was a short loss, and then the other one was a short loss, and then they compounded. One was like 200, and then one was like 100. No, like 180. How much did I lose? 360. So not bad. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. Gonna be patient. Since we're so low in the market. Honestly, I don't know what price could do. All I see is that we have this low we could pull back to and see what happens from there. So maybe price would do something like that. That was quick, but maybe like a bullish anticipation and then back into bearish. So we'll see what the market wants to do tomorrow. I'm not gonna just sit here and try to predict it. I'm just gonna let it tell me a story when I wake up. But yeah, it's a trade recap for today. Glory to God. Hope y'all have a good day. Hope y'all traded well. Follow your rules. Stay disciplined. Journal. Continue working hard, man.